the how like how everything is built up, that everything like that we sponsor a war, we send the weapons, we we uh, we get money for war. So it's, everything is connected like a evil circle. Like everything is connected. Like we send them weapons, they use the weapon, people flee from the countries, and so on. So war, like evil empowerment in different shape or form, and yeah, and so that is also important. So the important thing is, uh, like so many people that die on the sea bottom never ever find, and they never look for them, and there's so many people die unnecessary death because of restriction in of very restriction of countries, restriction of how there's so many things that can be changed, that to put like migrants in, don't make them die in the most horrific way possible to die in, because of all the rules and all the things that we put, because of we want we like this. I don't believe, like for me it's like this, I don't believe in borders. I don't think that we should have borders in the world. I think border is a things like paper working, border working, like everything that separate that separating humans from each other is wrong. That we make we paperwork, we make laws, we make everything to separate ourselves from each other. We to look superior is a horrible things to go. We That is not humanity to have that to have walls, to have electric fences. So I'm totally against uh, borders. I don't think borders needs to exist. I think every person that comes to a new country from fleeing from war, or they're fleeing for they are different religion, or they're fleeing for they are love with the same gender, and they are falling because who they are, and every person can benefit in that country they come to in different way or form. They not just need a chance to prove themselves. So I don't believe in borders. I think borders is a thing that makes to separate people is horrible. For me, it is wrong. I think so. Borders have no point really in really don't have any point to exist. For we all are humans, and we all are importance in different shape or form. We are importance, so and so it's wrong to put people aside, and this is what I really think, and so on, and because of, and for people children should not die in that shape or form, to swallow up on the beach, drown, and yeah, it's horrible. Let's continue.
Borders power to human beings that were rendered fauna and flora. Power to those that cleaned up after the stage show. And carnival goers still haunted by Kelso Cold Cranes. Goes power to Kevin Carter. His picture taunts and several after so many questions never answered. Remember the last words of Abdel Muhsin al-Sa'doun. الأمة تنتظر الخدمة الإنجليز لا يوافقون. Power to El Jawahiri and his rebellions. They killed his brother Ja'far and he cursed the rotten Temsians. Enlightened despots pursuing tactics Machiavellian. Chinese steel preceded Europe a millennium. Think about it. Printed press half a millennium. Never get close. Power to Ken Loach and every volunteer in Lesbos. Cuban doctor sent to Sri Lanka for the tsunami. Power to those that cleaned up after the bullying and parties.
If I can sing this song without you,
Apple products before they know what an apple is. Forgotten like passengers on the USS Indianapolis, dying.
And here too, kids know what an Apple project is before they know what an Apple is. And yeah, it's it's also important that people forget really the world because of all the media and all the technology, and we are so what is the word I want to say? What is the word? We are so unplugged from our reality in some shape or form. Then, for we are looking so much like everybody's looks and have a mobile phone. We are so connected to our mobile smartphones that we don't really see that what the big picture in the world, that the big picture what happening around the world, that we are so focusing on social media, like right now what I do is like we are so focusing on to it's a very very strange and very very paradoxic way that we need to have social media to get our message across, but at the same time is this is a bad thing. This is a good thing and it's a bad thing at in the same time that we this is like a technological drug that people take every day, but it's a drug that are important to express ourselves in different shape or form. So that is very complex thing that we have in our society, that like we can like politicians are controlled with social media, and voting in America is controlled with social media. You can change the voting platforms. You can make a one person's life a hell. You can spread what's happening around the world. So it's a different thing with like social media and the phones and knowledge. What is important? Everything. The most important thing is to always to always. It's important to know reality before you live in the fantasy. That's reality is the most important thing. When you know what reality is, that is okay to live in the fantasy as long as you know reality. And it's a very very hard thing for this. It's a very hard thing for both of them are a paradoxics term, and that is a hard, really really different term. It's like a one trick pony flipping coin way or style that. Yeah, you cannot say that is bad. You cannot say that is good. But this like it's you need the devil. You need like this. Let's continue.
Days for they could see what little boys damage did on the precipice of fascism. Our passiveness is cancerous. Power to those strong enough to dream. Power to those that chose not to be a cog in the machine. Power to those that love first and hate never. Power to those that sleep on the streets through grey weather. Power to Aziz Ali, Bone Thugs and Harmony. Power to Norman Baker, David Kelly's owner artery. Power to the genocided population of Tasmania. The internet descends to Trump-tastic fantasy.
And here also the genocide of the people in Tasmania, the Aborigines in Australia. That is also a very important thing. That the same with the people in Congo. That people they die horribly, death from the English, hunt them down for the English. They hunt them like animals. When you don't speak about these things as much, for there is the same thing that. Because of like Native Americans, people in different countries, Aborigines, like the people in Canada, like the Haida, and the Maori, and the Hawaiians, people always colonizers always write them off from history, and people still have like that picture of these people, that they are lesser. This why is lesser history books to really explain the truth about the Tasmanians, like in Australia, the Aborigines, because of we that is very important. You have to understand that the Australian country are a country like same as America is a country that have take over a country with force. So like it's a very very important thing when Australians that they have forced themselves into a country with weapons and trickery and different shape or form to get that country. So many people was butchered and killed. The only reason they was killed because they have different skin color and they look different. That is the truth. People, so you cannot say like the thing. Yeah. So America and Australia is a country that still from other country, and they force their will with weapons and trickery, and that is the history. But people like people was like in the Belgium, they take people in zoo, like the Congos in zoos. They do genocide in Tasmania, and they really they treat people as not human, and then so that's really horrible. And it's I really bubbling too much. I gonna and the other thing that they talk about with Donald Trump, that Donald Trump is a big jerk, and it's lots of bullshit what he say, and people need to understand that like he's always gonna stand with the rich people, for he is the rich people. So like if you really think that he gonna help you, you're sadly mistaken, for he only gonna benefit the rich. So it's really it's so much bullshit he speak, and he write on his stupid social media, and it's I don't really want to speak more about him. Let's continue.
Let them try quote this. You'll never find a better diagnosis than collective psychosis. It's getting quite hopeless, but hope is all we have. Trying to cultivate the positive, not focus on the bad. But the globe's under attack. The obnoxious rage of a fake intellectual. Amazing grace in the age of the spectacle. Not the first time they found a race is selectable to raise to the pedestal.
Example that with Churchill is Churchill was also a very do horrible things, that he said this was okay to use chemical weapons against different peoples, and so that is an important thing, that when in the World War II we just see two picture of the bad coin, we don't look at the other bad coins in that shape or form, and so let's continue.
To create the place that translated the decimal. I don't want to tempt fate. Power to corpse washers like Salvador Allende. Power to language learners, Bernie Sanders fans to flag burners. One man's inertia is another man's purpose. In the utopia of song, we are victorious, but the bittersweet reality's not this glorious. Power to Coltrane watching Malcolm X. Power to Paul Robeson under house arrest. Power to Galileo under house arrest. Power to Ibn Haytham under house arrest. Forgive me if I sound obsessed. This is my letter to the 1%. The redistribution of power. The redistribution of power. We want the redistribution of power. We want the redistribution of power. We want the redistribution of power. The redistribution of power until your power is ours. Until your power is ours.
If I can sing this song without
yeah, and this was my reaction for the music video from Lowkey's song The One Presenters. No, sorry, Letter to the 1%. Yeah, so I hope you like this video, and I will do. I think the next reaction video I will do for a Lowkey song is Ahmed, and the other one probably gonna be what I want to do is I don't totally wrong. Is I think the song "Wake Up" is an old song. Yeah, so this is what I want to say. So thanks, and yeah, have a nice day. Bye.